buddy?
Hey guys, so I just finished watching Rampage on 4K HDR, starring Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, Naomi Harris, Marlon Ackerman, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. These two guys were together in Zack Snyder's Watchmen. Unfortunately, they don't have any scenes together in this one. That would have been really nice, but alas, hey, they're back on screen together. Sort of. Jake Lacey, Joe Manganiello, and PJ Byrne. Directed by Brad Payton, who also just recently directed Dwayne Johnson in San Andreas, another big action spectacle of a film. Now, Rampage is an old computer game from many years ago where it's just about gigantic monsters tearing down a city. That's all you did. You bashed and destroyed buildings to bring them down as quickly as possible. There was a giant gorilla, a giant wolf, and a giant alligator, crocodile thing. Pretty simplistic game, but a lot of fun from memory. So when I heard that they were making a movie based on that game, I was a little bit skeptical. Pretty basic concept, but when those first trailers started rolling around, I got a real sense of fun about the film, and with The Rock in it, who is one of my favourite actors, the guy is just an action hero. Having him in it, for me, was a definite plus. Putting The Rock in any movie, for me, is going to be like, going to see it, because I just love the guy. He's so charismatic and such a likeable guy, and he handles the action scenes really well. He's an ex-wrestler, so of course he does. The dude is built. So yeah, I was really glad when it came out on 4K HDR yesterday, picked it up, watched it today, and yeah, it was amazing fun. Pretty much the plot is this. We have Marlon Ackerman. She's the bad guy. She's the head of some corporation who are running tests on animals trying to make a new weapon, right? So we've got a space station orbiting the Earth. The movie opens up with this poor soul, this poor woman, getting chased through a decimated research facility up in space, being chased by this gigantic killer rat. So the rat has changed into this horrible, horrible thing trying to kill her. She gets away. She got the canisters full of the fluid which made the rat go rogue, and she's made her escape. Unfortunately, her escape pod has been compromised. Cracks appear on the screen as she's going through the atmosphere. Naturally, it explodes, and we have got 3 canisters falling to Earth, hitting America in different states. So then we cut to Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. He works at a San Diego animal shelter where he is looking after a albino gorilla. Him and George have got a lot of nice scenes together. They communicate via sign language, and the camaraderie between the two is really nice, actually. The special effects are done well, so I got a real sense of personality from George the gorilla, and the way that they interacted was really cool. They had a real kind of like a father-son bond, and it was cool. And the Rock is showing some really nice range in his acting. He's getting better in every film. And then unfortunately George comes across one of these canisters, and before we know it, he's growing in size and losing control of his calm. He's becoming quite a big angry gorilla. Also, one of the other canisters has been discovered by a wolf, and another one by an alligator in a swamp. And these creatures start to grow in size and become really quite vicious. There's a lot of scenes where there is carnage, more violent than I thought it was going to be actually going in. We have got a bit of blood and guts in this film. We're getting people getting stomped, chomped in half and eaten and devoured by the monsters, and yeah, it was really cool actually. It was a lot of fun. I like when my films take a little bit of a harder edge. So Marlon Ackerman, the bad guy, she wants to get these creatures back, right, because she wants the DNA so that she can continue on with her research. So now the only way that she's going to be able to continue her research is to get hold of these creatures and then get the DNA, and then she can continue being the evil genius that she is. But to get these creatures to her, she activates some kind of like a sonic device on top of a building, because the creatures have got the sonar, and they will do anything to get to this place in the city to turn that noise off. That's how they attract the creatures to the city, and then we have mass carnage. It was a lot of fun. The Rock is amazing. He holds the film together really, really well. He's such a charismatic guy, and I love when he does these kind of action movies. This is a big film. Brad Payton really kind of directed the action quite well. He had the big scenes in San Andreas, which I enjoyed also. He can film destruction really well, so having him in a movie which is essentially a big monster mash destroying a city based on the game, he did a really good job in delivering the goods to the screen. Naomi Harris, who I fell in love with in 28 Days Later, back in the day, English actress, doing an American accent pretty well. She's a lot of fun in this. We also have Jeffrey Dean Morgan, one of my favourite actors ever. Fell in love with him initially in Supernatural as the boy's father, John Winchester, and obviously Negan in The Walking Dead, playing Thomas Wayne in Batman vs Superman. He kind of always creeps up in movies I really, really enjoy. The Watchmen like I mentioned before, is one of my favourite films. So having him in this is always kind of bringing that gravitas. Actually, I first saw him in Grey's Anatomy Season 2, the best season. Shut up. So we have the story progression. They build the relationship out between George and The Rock really nicely. We have a nice scene with Joe Manganiello. We have a nice scene with Joe Manganiello where he is a soldier and they're tracking down the wolf and he pretty much gets terrorized by this big beastie. Nice action piece. We have a nice plane scene where George, the gorilla, is going a little bit apeshit on the plane, causing it to crash. Of course, we have the big Barney at the end in the city where we've got the gorilla, the alligator and the wolf tearing the city apart. We get people getting tossed in the air and eaten alive and destroying buildings. A lot of fun. The big spectacle was amazing. 4K HDR, yeah, this movie looks really, really nice. The night scenes are beautiful. The colors really pop off the screen. The digital work of the creatures is stunning. It looks really, really nice. You can see all the fur and all the finer details of the creatures. You can see the beads of sweat on the Rock's forehead. And his rippling biceps, and the blood is really nice and bright and shiny and red. HDR looks fantastic.
We're gonna crash.
What?
Okay, we just need to get enough lift to stay on top of the building as it falls. You know, just like riding an avalanche.
No, I don't know.
It's a polished movie, it looks great. Worthy of a double dip if you've already got it on Blu-ray. So yeah, I really thoroughly enjoyed Rampage. It was a fun afternoon. Giving it a score out of 10, I'd give it a solid 8. I enjoyed it a hell of a lot. It was just fun. You kind of know going in what you're going to get with a movie called Rampage based on a game of monsters destroying a city. You're not expecting Shakespeare in this thing. You're expecting big monsters destroying buildings in a city, and that's exactly what you got, and it's done really, really well. And with the added charisma of The Rock front and center, what's not to love? Grab it, check it out. It was a lot of fun. So anyway, guys, thanks for checking into my channel. That was my review on Rampage 4K HDR. Awesome fun. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Your joke. New guy, he no laugh. He cry. You can get up now.
And check your diaper. Come on. Let's go.